Thank you, Madam Representative of Denmark. I would now give the floor to Representative of China.
Thank you, President. I welcome your presence, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs Dar, and presiding over the meeting. I thank ASG for his briefing. For some time now, the Middle East has been mired in turmoil, with conflicts and confrontations escalating. The conflict in Gaza, dragging on for 21 months, has caused over 58,000 deaths in an unprecedented humanitarian catastrophe. Israel's continued military attacks, restrictions on access to supplies, and the implementation of a militarized aid distribution mechanism have repeatedly led to heavy civilian casualties. Recently, Israel launched ground offensive against Deir al-Balah in central Gaza, attacked WHO facilities, and searched, interrogated, and even detained its staff. We strongly condemn these. Military means are not the right way to resolve issues. More killings will not bring lasting peace. China urges Israel to immediately cease all military operations in Gaza, fulfill its obligations under international humanitarian law, fully restore humanitarian access, and support the UN and other humanitarian organizations in their aid effort. China firmly supports the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs and USG Fletcher in their work. The country with significant influence over the party concerned should adopt an impartial and responsible approach and truly play a positive and constructive role. While the fighting in Gaza rages on, the situation in the West Bank is very tense. So far this year, settlement expansion and settler violence have killed over 600 Palestinians and injured over 5,000. The international community has repeatedly affirmed that settlement activities violate international law and council resolutions and must cease immediately. Israel should stop its attacks on the West Bank, curb settler violence, and conduct impartial investigations of all attacks and pursue accountability. President, elsewhere in the Middle East, the challenges to peace and stability are equally daunting. Israel's continued attacks on Syria and Lebanon and its illegal military presence have increased tensions. The sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity of Syria and Lebanon must be fully respected, and the relevant Security Council resolutions should be effectively complied with. The Syrian interim authorities should promote an inclusive political process and effectively implement the obligations under international law, including counterterrorism. The international community should help and support the Lebanese government in its active governance. We call on the Houthis to stop targeting merchant ships, and all parties concerned to exercise calm and restraint in order to maintain the safety of shipping lanes in the Red Sea. It has been proved that war cannot resolve the Iranian nuclear issue, and a political solution is the only way forward. All parties should ensure that the ceasefire reached between Israel and Iran is effectively implemented and prevent the situation from escalating again. The parties concerned should restart dialogue and negotiations on an equal footing and address their legitimate concerns through consultations. Iran's commitment not to develop nuclear weapons should be taken seriously, and all parties should fully respect Iran's right to the peaceful uses of nuclear energy as a state party to the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. Relevant countries should abandon the practice of frequently resorting to threats and pressure, which will only intensify tensions and confrontations and even further undermine diplomatic efforts. President, Lasting peace in the world would not be possible without a stable Middle East. The Middle East cannot remain under the shadow of conflicts forever, nor can its people continue to live in the insecurity of war. The question of Palestine lies at the heart of the Middle East issue, and the implementation of the two-state solution is the only viable way to resolving the question of Palestine. The international community must firmly reject unilateral actions that erode the foundation of the two-state solution and firmly oppose the dangerous attempts to annex Gaza and the West Bank. We welcome the high-level conference on the implementation of the two-state solution to be convened next week, and we look forward to its galvanizing strong momentum to the implementation of the two-state solution. I thank you, President.
Thank you, Mr. Representative of China. I would now give the floor to the representative of Algeria.
Mr. President,